this is the homework. Identify the slope. That means find the slope. So in each one, find what m would be of the line presented by each equation to determine which equation represents parallel lines. Explain why or why not. Okay, so the first one, in order to find, why is it doing this? Okay, to find the slope, girls, shh. If you guys need to talk, please leave. Okay, to find the slope, you need to make it into slope-intercept form. So divide by 4 here, divide by 4 here, divide by 4 here. You know, y equals to 1x minus 4. So the slope here is 1. Okay. Now, the slope, divide by 2 here. Y equals to 4 plus 2x. So the slope here is 2. The last one, oh my gosh, what is wrong with this thing? Why does it go blurry? Okay, and here you divide by 3 here. You got y equals to 2x plus 6. So m here is 2. Now it's asking you after you only identified the slope. So the second thing is to determine which equation represents a parallel line. So which of these, A, B, or C, represents parallel lines? So B and C represents parallel line because the slope are the same. So you need to write that. B and C represents parallel lines because, oh my gosh, because the slope are the same. Okay, so same thing on number 11 here. I copied this from your book. That's why it's numbered differently. Okay, so to find slope, you need to make it into y-intercept, slope-intercept form. You minus 3x first, minus 3x first. You get 5y equals to negative 3x plus 60. Divide by 5, divide by 5. Okay, so y equals to negative 3 over 5x plus 12. So your slope here is negative 3 over 5. The next problem, you do the same. You minus 6x, minus 6x. 10y equals to negative 6x minus 40. Divide by 10, divide by 10, divide by 10. That gives you y equals to a negative, reduce that to 3 over 5x minus 4. So m here is negative 3 over 5. So these slopes are the same. Most likely these are parallel. Let's see the third one, if it's also parallel to the first two.
Hi, Miss Wilcox.
You need help on anything?
Yeah, we're coming here for a exam. Hi, Mom.
5x minus 15x. Okay, so that gives you 0. 9y equals to negative 15x plus 18. Okay? So you divide by 9, divide by 9, divide by 9. Y equals to, reduce that to negative 3. Negative 5 over 3x plus 2. The slope here is negative 5 over 3. So that's not parallel because the slope is different. So the two that are parallel is A and B. I'll write it on, we'll write it somewhere. A and B. No, A and B because the slope are the same. You see this slope here is negative 3 over 5.
Oh, yeah,
This is negative 3 over 5. This one is not because they're different. They will intersect both of them.
Okay.
Okay?
I was thinking of perpendicular.
Yeah. Perpendicular, it wouldn't be perpendicular either because it's not opposite. It's both negative. So they're not going to be perpendicular either. It has to be opposite and reciprocal. Because they're all negative, none of them are perpendicular.
Okay.
Okay? So A and B are parallel because the slope are the same. Okay? Now, this one here, it says to identify. So when you read the direction, you need to identify the slope. So we need to identify the slope of the line represented by each equation to determine, so you're going to determine which equation represents perpendicular lines. Now, perpendiculars are opposite and reciprocal. So they have to be opposite and reciprocal. And explain why or why not. Okay, so you're doing three things. You need to find slopes, so you need to make it in slope-intercept form. Divide by -5. Got y equals -5x minus 11. So the slope here is -5. Divide by 5 here. Y equals to 1 over 5x, invisible 1 there, plus 3. Okay, divide by 4 here. Divide by 4 there. Y equals to 5x minus 6. Now, you need to look for slopes that are, this is 1/5, and this is, slope is 5. You need to look at slopes that are opposite and reciprocal. So, put a 1 here, put a 1 here. Opposite of -5 has to be a positive, so these are both positives. Reciprocal would be 1 over 5, so this would be the answer. These two would be perpendicular, which makes 90 degrees, right? Because the slope, one is negative and one is positive, and it's the reciprocal.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Has to be both, the opposite and reciprocal. So A and B makes perpendicular lines because the slopes are opposite and reciprocal.
But Miss Wilcox, for 11C, it's 15x, not 5x.
15, 11C.
Yeah. Did you want us to just take away the 1?
Oh my gosh. No. I meant, so it'd be 5, right?
Yeah.
The slope is -5. Still not the same, right?
Yeah.
Thank you for correcting me.
No problem.
So, but the slope is going to be intersecting, not opposite and reciprocal. So, it won't make 90 degrees. These two here will make 90 degrees because they're opposite and reciprocal slopes. Makes perpendicular line because the slopes are opposite and reciprocal. Okay, I'm going to stop here and upload it because it takes a while. If it's too long, it's impossible to do it on
You should do regular.